Hello, one and all. Welcome to another episode of MMA Vision Analysis. This one, I'm here to talk about Dana White's recent comments on Merab Delhashvilli's recent photos have been surfacing, showing Merab Delhashvilli suffering from what seems to be a couple of centimeters worth of cut. But before getting started, make sure to like, comment, subscribing. Click that notification to get all of this that is new from this channel. Your channel, the one and only MMA Vision Analysis. Recently, Dana White has had some comments to make in regards to a photo that's recently been surfacing around of what seems to be Merab Delhashvilli suffering from a couple of centimeters worth of cut, maybe like a centimeter. It's not a big cut. You guys can go and check that picture out. But it seems like Boss Man is not too thrilled with the fact that Merab Delhashvilli is, posting such thing ahead of his main event against Sugar Sean O'Malley for that bantamweight title fight that I think many are anticipating and waiting for. In all honesty, it seems like that Boss Man is not too thrilled with Merab Delhashvilli posting such comments. In all honesty, I didn't go deep into the details of why exactly Boss Man is not happy with Merab Delhashvilli posting the pictures. Whether it be why is he getting into vicious sparring matches ahead of his main event, or why is he just posting such picture in the beginning to begin with. Me personally, I don't think there's anything posting a picture of a pre-existing injury, especially when we're looking at this injury here. I don't imagine that this is going to cause Merab Delhashvilli to miss his fight against the Sugar Sean O'Malley. The pictures could be deceiving at times, but the cut is like a centimeter or two worth of cut, in all honesty. Now, can this cut be reopened during the fight against Sugar Sean O'Malley? Most certainly. So there's a couple things I would like to address in this video. First and foremost, obviously, Bossman Dana White is not too thrilled, whether it be with the sparring session that led to the cut or just Merab posting such pictures to begin with. But in all honesty, I want to go into the sparring session aspect of things. I do understand the sparring is very important for these guys. Really, that is perhaps the closest thing that you're going to get to an actual fight. But there is a point where sparring becomes, let's say, too much. The juice is not worth the squeeze, sort of say. Me personally, I don't see the logic of going 100 or even 80% during sparring sessions, especially for these professional athletes that fight at the very highest level. Sometimes you get guys in gyms that really are trying to make a name out of these guys. And they go in there as sparring partners, allegedly not going full capacity, I wouldn't imagine that most of these guys are sparring 100%. If they are, I'm not going to say that is stupid. That is a very strong word, even though those are the choice of words that Dana White had to, when he had to make the comments towards Merab Delhashvilli. Dana White actually said stupid. I don't want to go as far as saying that sparring is stupid, but it's most certainly not. It's very important to spar, but it's more important to choose your sparring partners correctly. I really do believe that's the case, because I think some of these guys, they go into these gyms and they want to make a name off of a Merab Delhashvilli or any other UFC fighter or what have you. I'm not a huge fan of that. In all honesty, sparring is very, very tricky. This sport is very dangerous to begin with. If you were to get punched in the face, I'd rather you get paid for it. Understand? I'd rather you get paid for it, even if you were to suffer a cut or whatever may happen during a fight, at least you got paid for it. At least it was on TV. At least it's something that's going to be remembered forever. But when you go into these gyms, and a lot of guys have points to prove, and I really do not understand that. Sparring sessions are meant to be just that. Sparring sessions, expressing technique without hurting your sparring partner. It's not an actual fight. And unfortunately, many gyms, I think they cut the life of the athlete short by allowing them to go into these gym wars. Wars that are quite simply foolish, if I must say. In all honesty, I don't see the point of getting your head punched in during sparring sessions where it's solely a fight of egos. Okay? If you go into the sporting game, this game in particular, the game of combat sports, with an ego, then you're promised to meet your match. I believe that this has to be looked at as a chess game. The overall, guys have to view their careers as a chess game. You can't be going out there sparring with guys that are going in there and trying to make a name off of you. Number one. Number two, a lot of these gyms actually promote these kind of things. Me personally, I don't want to go into my experiences with gyms, but most certainly the most friendly environment for a fighter is an environment where you're not going into a gym and you're afraid, oh, you might get knocked out today. That's not how sparring should work. Now, I don't know what the ins and outs of details exactly of the cut that Merab Delhashvilli is suffering. It's a cut nonetheless. It had to happen somehow, and I would assume that sparring session led Merab Delhashvilli to get this kind of cut. I don't think this is going to hinder him in any sort of way, or it's going to prevent him from participating in the main event against Sugar Sean O'Malley. But Bossman's comments, I'm not sure what he's hinting at exactly. Is it the sparring sessions that are leading to the cut, or is it Merab Delhashvilli posting the cut? Personally, I don't have a problem with Merab posting about the cut, but I do have a huge problem with these wars that go on in gyms. Wars that nobody gets paid for, nobody's going to get known for. And ultimately, this, I believe, caused a lot of guys valuable time inside of the octagon. If you made it this far, I appreciate you for sticking around. Please let me know what you think in the comments and like, subscribe for more.